Good morning. It's a weekend, it's Saturday, and it's a nice day. And to come on this day really means something. It gives me hope that you sacrifice on the weekend and a nice day. And I heard a few things, that we want to have peace in the schools, peace in home, peace in the streets, which is highly needed. But first we want to have peace within us. Because the one who is deprived of peace, he is not going to have peace outside. The one who is not strong, who is not healthy, is not going to help the weak. For what? To know each other. And knowing is not just to know the name. Knowing is to show passion, respect, understanding. As a gynecologist, when we are born, all of us are born free. No one is born violent. No one is born deprived. Then the environment in which we live makes us violent or deprived of health, of education, of peace. So when we know someone, we want to show passion, compassion. The one that you know really, and you know, you read their eyes. You show the love to them. They don't need to talk in order to understand them. So it's important to start from there. And life is what we make it. Always has been, always will be. It's in our hands. Look around, ask, learn, and connect, and you will find the causes of the suffering of this world. The world is endemic with violence, with injustice, with diseases, with poverty, and no one was born of it. It's man-made. I am a person of faith. I believe in God, and God wants every good thing for us. And that's the hope. It's man-made. I will never accept man-made suffering. I have to take responsibility to challenge this man-made suffering. As a Palestinian child. But what kind of Palestinian child? A Palestinian refugee. And the meaning of the word, being a refugee, it's not just to leave your home. A refugee, it means you are deprived of your dignity, of your identity, of your humanity. You become naked in this world. I faced this suffering. I was fighting on a daily basis just to survive. Until now, I see it in this world. Palestinian children and other children in this world who are fighting to survive. And the time we see others who are living to fight and to promote fighting. And that's the question. Were we were born to live and to give life? Were we were born free and to provide freedom to others? Or to kill and deprive others from their freedom? As I said, we all were born free. And we have to live free in this world as equal human beings. And no one should pay any price to get his or her freedom. Freedom is granted for us. But at the same time, we have to understand that no one is free as long as others are not. And we have to stand for the freedom of all. Your freedom is my freedom. Your peace is my peace. Your health is my health. My life is connected to your life. That's the humanity. Our enemies in this world are our ignorance of ourselves and others, our arrogance and the greed and the fear-mongering which is used by many leaders in this world. And we must not accept to be deceived by this fear-monger and the incitement which creates hatred and violence. It became industry and businesses in this world. I am proud of being a Palestinian and a human being and a medical doctor from nothing. Because in this world, and for you as students, I want to tell you, one day I was like you. As a child, I dreamed to be a medical doctor. Because after the Nakba, our parents, they lost the land, but they didn't lose hope in their children. And the Palestinian mother, as every other mother, is the hero. Is the hero behind the survival of the Palestinian people and the Palestinian story. And that's every mother. We need to invest in mothers and in women. Someone can oppress, can occupy, can kill, can deprive, but no one can prevent us from dreaming. So make your dreams big, but the dreams are not just words. Dreams, you need to believe in it and to work hard. It may take time. I dream to be a medical doctor to save my family because I am the eldest. And the eldest, it means to have the responsibility. I worked hard. I was lucky to get a scholarship to study medicine in Cairo. And my mother, my parents, to be proud of me. I was the first Palestinian doctor to practice medicine in an Israeli hospital as a gynecologist. Because for me, medicine, as education and health, they are the human equalizer, stabilizer, socializer, and harmonizer. The happiest moment in my life when I handled the baby to his mother. There is no difference between the cry of the newborn Palestinian, Israeli, Jordanian, American, Canadian, Muslim, Jewish, Christian, Druze. It's a cry of hope. A new life is coming. A free life is coming to the world. I was proud of it. And when we treat patients inside the hospital, go to any hospital here, all of them are treated equally. Not based on their names, their color, their ethnicity, background, or religion. It's according to the disease and the needs and the diagnosis. When I treat my students in the class, I treat them equally according to their potential and their performance, not according to their names or color or background. That's why I believe medicine, health, and education are the human equalizer. Why not to take this message and to live it and to practice it outside the borders of these holy institutions? That's why health, peace, freedom, justice, violence depend on who you are and where you are. And it's man-made, it's the environment It's the context in which we live. So if we want to invest in the environment and the context in which we live and to change it and not to blame. Don't blame any patient. I don't blame the patient. I don't blame any student who is not doing well. I have to find out why the student is not doing well. It's not that exam paper which defines his situation. I have to go back home to see what is he doing at home, about his family. Does he have the food? About his parents? Is he living in a good place or not? To use what we call the diagnostic tree. When the patient comes to me, I don't blame the patient. I take the medical history. For what? To have accurate diagnosis. In order to set up the right treatment. So that's what is needed from all of us. As I said, my life was a war, and the difficult time, of course, to see your beloved daughters killed in front of you. These beloved daughters, that they are with me now, and I am here because of them. When they ask me, what did you do for us? I am here to say, to Bisan, to Mayar, to Aya, to Noor, to every innocent child and mother in this world who are dying in silence. We will never give up, and we will never forget you. They kill them with bullets, with shells. But we have stronger means than these bullets and shells. The bullet is the weapon of the weak. The stronger and the strongest mean is the kind, courageous, and the strong words. We need to speak out because we all in this world are potential victims. No one is far from risk. And when we advocate for others, freedom, it's our freedom. They are our human fellow. How can you enjoy sleeping and staying at home and you know your neighbor and your human fellow is hungry or deprived of the most holy thing in the universe, which is the freedom, the wisdom, which I mean the education you have. This is a strong mean, and the kind and good deeds. And this is the way to respond to the perpetrator that you killed my daughters. But I am alive. I am stronger than before. And that's the promise I gave to my daughters. At that moment, when I saw them killed, I lost faith in the humanity. Because the world was watching what is happening. As these days, what is happening in the world, doing nothing. For me, as a medical doctor, when I see bleeding patient, I rush to stop the bleeding. It's unethical, immoral to watch someone who is suffering and not to do anything. I lost faith in the humanity, but didn't and will never lose faith in God. At that moment, I directed my face to the one who is awake all of the time, the one who is listening, the one who is watching, the one who is supporting and testing us. I directed my face to God and didn't say any bad word. It's documented on YouTube. I said in Arabic, Ya Allah, Ya Rab, Oh God, Oh Lord, He is the one who can give any time others are watching He is the one who is going to listen and to mean what is he doing. And that's the promise I gave my daughters. I will never give up. I will never relax or rest, because I believe I will meet them one day. And I want to meet them one day telling them that they were kept alive, because for me they are alive. They are only far from me. They live within me, inside me. They talk to me and I talk to them. Of course, I miss them, but they are there with their God and the message, and that's the Palestinian children. We need to listen to our children and to learn from them. Our children are wise enough to teach this world. I remember my daughter Bisan, at the age of 14, when I sent to peace camps. She was killed at the age of 21. Few months later, she was supposed to get her BA. I was proud of them and will continue to be proud of them in their life and in their death. They never succeeded, less than 97% in their high schools. Their teachers were fighting to have them in their classes. Bisan was planning to go to London School of Economics. Mayar, who was #1 in math in Palestine, planned to be a medical doctor. Aya planned to be a lawyer, to be the voice of the voiceless. And my niece Noor planned to be a teacher. I sent Bisan at the age of 14 to peace camps. And then she came back to say to me, I found how similar are we. Our children, they found how similar are we as a human. And politicians, they create this divide. They treat us according to color, name, ethnicity, and religion. And to politicize these divides for their political interest. But it's our responsibility also not to be trapped in this game, but to disclose this game and to speak out about it. In memory of my daughters, I established Daughters for Life Foundation because I am in my success, and for you as students. The nightmare for you is to have academic exams. Academic exams are the easiest in life. The most difficult exams are life exams. When we are tested on daily basis. And I believe no nation on earth has been tested as the Palestinian people. They are tested on daily basis till now, but we will never give up and we will never lose hope. And we will continue, and nothing is impossible in life. Nothing. And that's my life taught me. Nothing is impossible in life. The only impossible thing in life I believe in is to return my daughters back. But anything in life I planned from nothing. My mother was literate. She didn't go to school. My father was a simple worker. From Jabalia camp to Cairo University, to London University, to work in Israel, to do 2 subspecialties in infertility and 1 in fetal medicine. And the last thing, when I went to Harvard University, at that moment, when Palestinian flag was raised there, I wanted my people and the world to see it. I was alone there. Because even in times of happiness, my family can join me. Because of the siege and the closure. But that's the determination to keep persistent and to keep moving forward. Whatever the challenges are. As Einstein said, life is like riding a bicycle. To keep balanced, we must keep moving. I kept moving faster, stronger, more determined, and not to look back is my goal. So Daughters for Life for education of girls and young women from the Middle East. And I want to finish by saying to you, I came because this is the message in my life. And I came because I believe in you. I believe in your goodwill. So have faith. Whatever is your faith, have hope. But most important is to take action. Do something to make a difference in this world. Give a smile. Give a touch of hand. Visit your neighbor. Talk to someone. If you have a good word, say it. If you don't have that word, don't say it. In this way, when we all come together, we all need to come together because one can do everything. And this conference wasn't made by one. It's a group of people who came together. So one can do everything, but each of us can do something. Let all of us, with goodwill and action, to make our world and to have the inner peace, which helps us to have the outer peace between us and everywhere. Thank you, and God bless you.
Really quickly, the buses will depart at 1. Let's give him one more.
That he said, I wasn't able to feed you. Because Palestinians in Gaza, they are suffering siege from everywhere. Gaza Strip, for you to know, it's one of the most literate nations. About 97% are literate. It has the highest number of PhD candidates in Gaza Strip. Education for Palestinian people is one of the most holy things. They can cut from their food in order to feed and to educate their children. But they need, and they are missing, their freedom. And the world, not to be deceived, to see the truth, what is going on there. Go there to visit and to see what is happening there. It's injustice, it's not acceptable. These children are not just numbers. When a child from any part in what we call developed world is killed, then we show he or she, they have names, they have faces, they have plans, they have hopes, they have parents. But other children are just statistics. It's unethical, it's immoral to consider them, these 1,200 children. They are children with hopes, with plans, with a future, with life. They have names. They have plans for their life. So it's time to see human as a human. And for what are they tortured? Because they are asking for what God granted them. They are asking for their freedom. They are not asking to take them to the moon. They are asking to live as equal to other children in this world and to be seen as a human. So it's our responsibility to advocate for these children. Who are they? We are accountable to them. We are accountable to our children. Why did we bring them to this world? What legacy do we want to inherit our children? We have to inherit them a free, just, peaceful, healthy world and life, because they are the present and they are the future. And that's what is needed from all of us.